Vio on horns. Pawtucket, Rhode Island. 0261. Begin Vio. I'm not Oscar's friend anymore. Wait a minute. What does this say? I'm not your friend anymore. I will never be your friend anymore. I'm not Oscar's friend anymore. Let's read it. I'm not Oscar's friend anymore by Marjorie Windman Sherman. Illustrated by Tony DeLuna. There were two kids on the block. Then they met each other with his dog best friend. Things may happen when the bad guy talks rotten and Oscar talks rotten too. We all talk rotten as well. We both talk rotten as well. Then we both walk away. We too felt sorry for ourselves. I'm not gonna make up. I'm not gonna make up with Oscar anymore. What's that? I can't hear you. We walked home. I'm not gonna make up with Oscar anymore, I cried. One spring day, while he was picking his flowers. He tripped over into the mud and the poison ivy. But Oscar smells like camellia emotion. He lent his mother, Oscar, and runs his wire and scrubbed Oscar his calamine lotion off and his poison ivy off with calamine lotion in the bathtub. Then he sent Oscar back in bed. One morning, he went to the playground to play basketball and met Oscar to say, "Hello there, tough nookies. I will not make up with you, Oscar." He bopped the basketball to Oscar. I bopped the basketball to Oscar. Then one night, the nightmare begins. Oscar was having a nightmare when I am not gonna make up with Oscar anymore. Then the nightmare is over. One morning, he was wearing one white sock on and black white sock on. Then when I got there, his shirt was backwards. Then I went back to school. With his clothes off and then I laughed. He made homework marks on spelling and teased at his bully. Then they both take us to the principal's office. After school, Oscar was watching a soap opera about violence movies. Oscar was watching a violence movie on TV. A violence cartoon movie on TV. It makes Oscar so sad. One afternoon, the doorbell rang and Oscar was running to get the mail. The early mail, that is. Then he grabbed the packages. It was a package for Mom. Lots of them for Oscar. Toys for Oscar, that is. Then I went back and say, "I will never make up with you anymore because I'm your permanent ex-boyfriend." One thing happens when spring, summer, winter, and fall came and took Oscar to the doctor's office. One day, there were lots of children in the waiting room. Then he puts Oscar a big sucker on the lollipop in his head. Then the doctor said it was time for a booster shot. "Ouch!" cried Oscar. Then Mom and Oscar went to the soda fountain and gulped it down. Oh, 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 oh. It tasted delicious. And you know, Oscar, this chocolate soda tastes like virus medicine that he sang. He sang a song while he was hiccuping and having so much fun at the soda fountain with the kids. in the soda fountain. He was at the boys' club at the soda fountain. Watch this. Oscar sang with the kids at the soda fountain. For you take the high road, and I'll take the low road. Hiccup! And I'll be in Scotland before ya. Hiccup! Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. Hiccup! And don't know where to find them. Hiccup! Leave them alone and they'll come home. Hiccup! Wagging his tail behind him. Everyone's saying, wagging his tail behind them. Hiccup! Mary had a little lamb. Hiccup! Then he hiccuped his way home back to Oscar's house and closed the door. Look out, Lucky Oscar, I said. Here I come. But the worst thing yet. Oscar was crying about his violence movies all over the cartoon about the violence cartoons. He cried so much harder. There was a violence movies. Oscar cried about the violence cartoon shows that he had ever watched. He cried about his violence cartoon shows a lot and a lot and a lot. He cried about his violence shows. He cried about his violence cartoon shows that he had ever watched before. Tough luck, Oscar. You blew it, I said. You lost your chance to become a friend anymore. So I went over to the doorbell. Shall I ring it? Nah. Then I peeked into the door and said, you blew it, kid. You lost your chance. You missed your chance to become a friend. Then I went to the list of friends to see what has happened. The boy went to the train on Wireville, Maine. The boy collected ants all over the ant farm. And then the boy was having to cry that he won. Then I called Oscar. Wanna show me my train set? A big fight today. Was I really? I mean it. Let's go to Oscar's house. Then they went to Oscar's house and they both said, I'm sorry. They went for a park and me and Oscar swang on both swings. Swing on both swings. We were both happily made up each other and bought themselves 2 ice cream cones that Oscar can lick. Lots of ice cream. And then we went to the bench to sit on at the playground to eat some ice cream and live happily ever after.